I'm going to read out some of the words we've been hearing since our morning sessions. Be the master of integration, system of differentiation, innovation. Oh yeah, we are the chef. We are the chef for this session today. Toggling, user experience. Just wanted to highlight some of the words. So here I am, and this is both of us. Day in and out, day out, we talk about platforms, user experience, been around the domain for over 15 years now, both of us. I wanted to set the platform and was discussing with Sushrut, how do we get started? And most of you know that I live by the suitcase. I'm only a couple of days short of filing taxation in the US. So I was at my brother's place the last few days.
Pranav, are those real pictures?
Yeah, these are real pictures. Do you doubt me? No Google, all real. So this was my stay at my brother's place in New Jersey, Glen Rock, Bergen County. And what really impressed me is his home automation. So that's his pet, Bo. That's the security. So I was flabbergasted. He has strategically placed devices, sensors. You know, it feels so intuitive. As if the home knows or anticipates what are your needs. For example, I remember that I came back from SFO, it was a red-eye flight, and I'm personally fond of Scotch whiskey. It was around 8 p.m. Now, whether it was the opening moment of the Scotch bottle or was it the 8 p.m., the lights went purple. And my brother told me, well, it's Friday, 8 p.m., the lights go purple. And that's where the light music starts at his bar. So these are some of the automations that he has applied in his daily life. But what is more important for us to know is he actually tracking each and every automation on different application? Is he toggling between multiple applications? Is he watching a screen somewhere? What is he exactly doing? So my question to him was, how do you manage a garage door, a wash dry, Roomba? As most of the US residents would know, it has a disciplined time to start cleaning and stop cleaning, thermostat, etc. So he said, no, it's not really possible for me to do all that. So what he's done is, he's actually harmonized all of these applications on a single pane. So be it a pet tracking app, a home security app, music. So I realized one thing, life is beautiful beyond Alexa. Genuinely beautiful. And this is a real screenshot of his home automation system where things switch on, switch off, pause, everything is scheduled. So, Sushrut and I, we were discussing that how we can actually relate it to business applications that are today critical to run the services of our organization, be it HR, where Workday is very significant, critical, be it Splunk for observability, be it SolarWinds for server monitoring, network monitoring, Dynamics, SAP, Salesforce. There are too many applications today in the organization as business unit leaders we are using. There are workflows behind each of these applications. There are monitoring panes, PANES, behind each of these tools. Now, the most important question is, can we harmonize, can we bring all the events, workflows, consolidate together on a single pane to impress a perfectionist CTO? Very important. And when you have Ash as a CTO, you really go well prepared for a meeting. That's a compliment. That's a compliment, genuinely. So now let's go to the bigger picture, a holistic picture of an organization. What are we trying to show here? Across the various business functions that today we have in an organization, and some of the words I will repeat: HR, finance, sales, legal, IT within IT, IT support, IT security, IT applications. And then you have external users and internal users who are accessing or interacting with each of these business units. The procurement has a set of vendors, IT have their set of vendors, and then you have internal team members, employees, colleagues. It's a complete network of information being exchanged, data flowing across multiple business units. No business function is an island, we all know. You remember we went to this client of ours in Austin, and the HR manager, she steps in and says, look guys, my problem statement is, on day one, when an employee or a contractor joins us, with no compromise on their welcoming, which means a cake, bouquet, but at the same time, he or she has to be productive, which means entry pass, ID cards, biometrics, payrolls in place, papers signed, getting a desk, getting a laptop, access to various applications. In one statement, in one breath, she said too many things. She was actually referring to multiple applications to be integrated together, right?
Yeah.
So coming back, a very common pain that today we have, disparate data, and how do we access this disparate data across our business networks? By building an intelligent platform. Well, with due respect, every tool is intelligent by itself. But the purpose, what we are trying to achieve over here is how we can harmonize, how we can create a seamless user experience. See, at the end of the day, what is important? A user. A user is a project manager. A user is a CIO, a CFO who issues purchase orders. Everyone has to be happy. Now, to keep everyone happy, it is important we create a seamless experience where where they have short waiting time, efficiency, productivity, all the English that we can speak of and think of. At Accion, what we do is we sit across, we hear from our clients what are those business critical applications that are directly proportional to the revenue that they churn. That's it. And the moment we have the answer, we know what workflows have to be consolidated and what workflows have to be sunset. In the center, you see a yellow circle. The whole objective is to make life easy for a user. And that's where we have this very simple, seamless use case. A customer is trying to book a reservation for a business travel, and then there's a virtual agent that is interacting, communicating, and eventually the agent redirects her to a physical agent because there are certain knowledge repository articles relevant to her query that are not available at the moment to the virtual agent. But what's important on the right-hand side? On the right-hand side, while for the end customer, the workflow is seamless, at the back of it is where we are doing the magic. That's where there are different applications that are responsible for approvals, for financials, for operations. They all are getting seamlessly integrated, unidirectionally or bidirectionally. And Sushrut, you want to add some
Sure. So having an intelligent platform in place will help you to maintain the complexity within the organizations or within the departments at the and that won't impact the user experience, whoever is coming for any type of services or the request. So with that, we'll have the seamless workflows. So some of the experiences around that, how we have digitalized for a few of our customers, uh, and getting to the next step, like we are keep on improving, improvising step by step, digitalization, then remediation, then auto remediation. So those are the uh, each step we are explaining to our customers. So irrespective of whatever point solutions we available in the environment, we uh, co- uh, integrate them together in order to gather the data, work on it, take up meaningful outputs, and take an actions upon it.
In fact, workflow automation is not just confined to workflow limited to business. What is more important for you to know is, let's say for a banking industry, and Shikhar is right here, every millisecond, nanosecond is valuable. Now, if a particular service goes down, could be forex, net banking, retail banking, where is the problem lying? Within the ecosystem of IT, it's huge. Data centers, physical, virtual. How soon can the service be up and running? And then the transaction can be back into action for my end clients. It comprises of actually locating where is a problem lying, which means for every business service, there is an underlying IT infrastructure that comprises of multiple components, databases, routers, switches, cloud, firewalls, etc., storage. And then once you've mapped the relationship, what is also important, once I've found where the problem is, how quickly we can auto-remediate it. So at the back end as well, there are automated workflows that are doing the job to ensure that if the auto-remediation has to take place, then what are those touch points, as we call in our terminology, CIs, have to be touched upon, configuration items, to be brought back into the ecosystem for the services to be live and running. And with that, there's another slide that Sushrut, you may want to explain.
Sure. Yeah. So the point monitoring solutions available within any of the organizations, irrespective they are from IT, operations, HR, compliance, security. So we collect all those data in the form of logs, events, tasks into the platform intelligence. So first step, we understand the data, the pattern, how the behavior will be of the data, and we try to reduce the noise in terms of we might be getting multiple events which may not require any action. So we just want to ensure that the right set of team will be working on the actual outages in order to prioritize the prioritize the troubleshooting of the critical business applications. So once we complete that activity and with the help of AI/ML engine available on the platform, we try to correlate all those outages. So since any environment will consist of multiple infrastructure components, so it could be on premises within data center or any cloud provider like GCP, Azure, AWS. So across all these infrastructure level, we correlate them and understand the dependency of each of the CIs. And we try to pinpoint the RCA with that. And remediate is the phase where we actually understands the data and provides a recommendation in terms of what kind of automation can play here in order to reduce the human efforts or reduce the human touch altogether. So if one of the user is reporting for any of the outages, so such kind of workflows can be automated. Apart from that, if I have to scale up the infrastructure at the clouds level or on the on-premises, so that can be again fulfilled without any human intervention. So we don't need any person who will work on the tickets or the request. It will be automated end to end.
You want to use that inference of yours, the multi-city?
Yeah, so in the typical cloud environment, so the day one is considered where we build the infrastructure, and day two is something where we start the operations. So with that context, this auto remediation step will help you to perform those activities in a better way. So if I have to give a classic example of one of our customer who is purely into a service provider space, and before we provide the approach, they used to take approximate 7 days to provision the infrastructure on the cloud. So with the automated approach, they are able to do it within 4 or 5 years, I believe. Yeah. So that's the beauty of having the intelligent platforms in the ecosystem.
Correct. And with that, we want to conclude the session by conveying a message. The whole objective is we have specialized applications, tools, disparate data. The whole objective is to build an intelligent platform where workflow automation is the fundamental, the foundation, which has to be fixed, digitally connect people, process, technologies. Yes, GenAI is now adding a lot of essence to it. We're still in the early stages, but we're exploring that how we can automatically organize unstructured, disparate data.